if you talk about my childhood, when in the summer vacations, we used to play cricket, and when it is too hot, because in summers it is 40-50 degree temperature, we can't go and play cricket in the outside. So we used to play carom board and ludo for whole day.
So this is something like we've been doing as a kid. We learned as a kid from our family, from our parents. So that caroms take you back to that age where it all started. So it's a like emotional thing for us.
And then we used to organize some competitions also in the society, where we used to, because everyone used to have a carom board in their home, so everyone is playing. So we used to do a carom board competition, and then we organize it, and then we do it in a like that way to make it a like big thing.
Even if you don't know how to play, you just sit, you hit the striker. That's where you start relaxing and getting more comfortable around probably 3 other people who you might know, you might not know, but you just get comfortable the moment you hit the striker. You get the feeling of a game, and then you get a feeling of getting a family vibes, because it's been just a nostalgia to me, because I've just been playing around with my grandparents who taught me, and then with my friends, and then later on with random people at random places, wherever. And it just makes me feel home. So it just clears my head. And then I think that's the most important thing for mental well-being, that your head should be clear, and at least you are able to vent out. And this could be one of the places, because this just makes you link everything with your childhood and your comfort space.
There was one person I was speaking to, they were saying how when they were back in India, they were playing carom middle of the nights, because they would do night shifts, and all of the people were just essentially slacking off, but they would just be playing carom together. I grew up playing carom when I was young, with my grandparents. Some of the grandparents came with their, little kids and little nieces and nephews and stuff like that. It's a very family orientated game. So that's one game everyone played. People on streets would play it, people at home would play it, people would play in the parties. Everything happens there. So it builds connections.
I focused onto the game, and then maybe I don't know whether it is the unconscious mind or whether it is the relaxation of participating in the game allows me to talk about my low moments.
I think there's a lot of stigmatization from it. There's a lot of community who still won't speak about it. I think you essentially have to peel every single person like an onion and just unpack what's going on. There's so much intergenerational trauma which is incapacitated, and it's not understood. When you think of intergenerational trauma, you don't think of it. There's a lot of responsibilities when it comes to migrating from one country to another, being here. Mental health is so back. It's such a topic people don't even think about. So if you do want to unpack it with them, it takes a long time. So it builds a lot of trust prior to them ever disclosing anything to you.
We South Asians are a little bit not very confident when we speak about well-being. Is that correct?
Yeah.
We don't really talk about mental health or anything very openly. We feel like, we should be strong and not talk about anything.
It's kind of judgmental thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we say that we are not mentally okay, then they say that it's okay. You have to bear it with.
There is nothing like mental health.
Yeah.
Now they are promoting a little bit of mental well-being back in our country, but not as much as we have it here. Like the way she's my sister-in-law, but we get together very nicely. But also we have that barrier at point where she might feel like, she's my sister-in-law and she might not understand where I'm coming from.
Nobody talks around me about it, so I also see it as a taboo. So if I want to talk about it, I do not want you to see me as a lesser than anybody else. And there I kind of stop myself.
What affects the well-being is the stressful environment that we are in, the challenges we are facing, and then we get into that circle which we are not which is not easy to break. So I feel if we create an environment where everyone is happy, like everyone understands that it's okay to talk about your well-being. It's not always, it's not always true that you're always good, you've always achieved your best, but it's okay to talk about it. That's, I think, that would, like, if you create an environment where people understand this, no, there's nothing wrong about it. I think the South Asian people have got, those communities have the mindset that no, everything is fine, if saying to others would put us down or something. So create that environment where everyone feels, okay, yeah, let's talk about it, and everyone's talking about it. That would be, yeah.
In our side of the world, there's always a, the parents, they take it as a, that it's not a problem, like, and they feel shy to, if the boy or any of the family member is going through this sort of trauma, they are just suppressed by the parents or the family. No, everything is all right, or everything is okay, don't think like this, and they just don't go into the root cause of the problem. And they should, I think, speak out more and just make the person who is suffering this particular issue feel more comfortable, open up with them and talk about that problem. But in our side, as I said, like that, we have a what you call it, a joint family culture, and which is good also that way. Is like, all the kids and everybody is a part of the family, and this grandparents and the cousins and the uncles and aunties, they all are in the same family. But having said that, and that could be one of the area, the person who is suffering, he's not able to speak out, he's not able to talk about his problem, and whenever he tries to do that, he feels shy that I'm out of the place. And secondly, that once he tried to speak out his problem, people do say, no, this is just a common thing, it's not a problem, forget about this. But underneath, he keeps on accumulating that sort of pressure, and at the end of the day, he finds himself in a depression or something of that kind of mental health issue. So what I feel personally is that we should open up a bit more. We should not feel shy, and those who are suffering this problem, they should come forward. They should talk to the families, and the families on the other side, they should also be open to take those comments and suggestions and the issue with the family member, and bring it to the community or bring it to the counseling for settling it down, and that will definitely help.
The community doesn't want to talk about that because it is a taboo kind of a thing, because people are using, in our community, people use different words in place of mental well-being. They will say, oh, I'm in too much of tension nowadays, I'm stressed about like these. So they will use these words, but actually that is mental well-being. They are not mentally good in that way. So we have to understand that what he's saying. If he's saying that means he needs something, he wants to express something, and that is the thing.
But over the period, I have realized that if I talk about it, that makes me a lighter person, that makes me a healthier person. Because I talk about it and I realize that I have been accepted in the same manner. There was no judgment about it. And that gives me a chance that, okay, I am ready to open up. And then I opened up about my own personal stigma, and then I opened up about my own personal problems, and the way it has been accepted gives me confidence that I am ready to talk about it.
Then we have to teach our generation to share everything, that's whatever they feel. So if we start that, then might be that pass on to next generation, so they can start and says whatever they have on their mind. So
Exactly.
yeah.
It's very important, like when we sit together and play something like that, it's like bonding with each other and opening up and taking out all the stress, or like if something is bothering us. So when we sit and talk, it comes out and you feel like light from inside. So it's very important. When you create that environment, surround them, it's just easy to open up. We don't have to fake it. We just need to build it. Like if I need to be open up, I need to feel that it's a safe place for me to open up. People won't judge me. even if they know me, they won't judge me. So that's very important, because when you open up, you take all the things out from your mind and from your heart.
I definitely see a link between taking part in activities and well-being. Back in our country, we're very social to each other. Like, even if it's like spending time in the evening after work, we do have neighbors that just get together and then we sit outside. Sometimes it's like, even if we are prepping the veggies or anything like that, the women back in India, what they do is just take the veggies all outside. They'll sit all together. So that's kind of an activity that we do together. We do have a lot of festivals that we celebrate, like Holi, Diwali, Navratri. It's all about being together and spending activities together.
Before coming to Australia, I was involved in dance, and we used to do a lot of dance around our community. I used to take classes also, lessons also, and also I used to practice myself. So I learned one Indian classical dance, but then I got into Bollywood dancing, and then used to, in our apartment, we were staying in an apartment. So in an apartment, I used to gather females after the men's have gone for work, and like do a little bit of Bollywood dancing, like prepare a dance in the, to show in a community event or something. And that was really nice. We used to meet together and then have a lot of fun. And the dance used to be really helpful for me as well. I found myself also more relaxed, more calmer, be able to handle more things, more challenges when I was dancing.
Before I came to Australia, I used to engage in a lot of indoor games like carrom board, Ludo, chess, and other competitions. When I came back here, there are a few outdoor sports mostly people are interested in. The most common game that I used to play while I was back home is badminton, which is very unpopular here. But when I see this badminton now recently that's growing up in a lot of community centers with a lot of South Asian community people acting up, and I feel like the connectivity back again, and I started engaging in those badminton games and carrom boards with my friends over each time we catch up.
Like men, like my husband, he is very much into cricket. So
yeah.
that's a very popular game
Yeah.
in India as well. So that is something, the men would like. So if there is like a tournament, he is playing cricket today. So it's like, you go to carrom, I'll go to cricket.
They can be a group, like tea time group we can do, or a lot of different activities like cricket. Cricket is not our national game, but we love cricket a lot. So cricket can be a one thing, or yoga, or something like that. You can take away the stress from your mind, or you can spend quality time with your friends or the people you know or you even don't know. Doesn't matter, but it really helps to open up. And because when you open up, you don't get depressed. So it's like a therapy. It works as a therapy.
I think the chai and chat, which is just sitting down with people and having chats with them in a much more authentic way, that's a huge thing. I'm very keen to do that, because that's a very, you sit with them, you talk to them, you drink tea, and you just like having a laugh with them essentially. So that's really cool. I'm really keen for that. That's probably it. I'm in a different generation. I grew up there for 15 years and moved here, so my authentic way of socializing is much more Aussie-fied, I would say.
Activities do help them in their mental health well-being. It opens up their mind and it gives them a chance to engage with other people, brings them more confidence, which improves which contributes to the mental health well-being of each individual.
If you talk about like everyone, immigrants, if you talk about immigrants, people who have migrated from other countries, they don't have much relations, they don't have their relatives here. So if we do some family activities, that becomes a family. So families are coming, so 10 families are together, we don't know each other, but we talk to them. When we talk to them, we tend to know each other, their kids, what they are doing, what you are doing, where you are working. So that creates a family environment, and people then make a relationship. That short-term relationship in due course of time becomes a long-term relations. So that is the making a family here in this place. So that is a very good idea if we do a family kind of a thing.
So today we all organised the CARROM event. So CARROM is one of the most very old game. It's essentially a board game. People play in India, in Southeast Asian communities, and it's like you sit down in like 4 and you play it. So the core reason of what we did it is to make sure the community is here. We have talks, like they know each other, we discuss about what's going on, and it builds capacity within the community. It's not just very standardized, it's actually catered to their needs, their cultural identity, and their nostalgia of growing up in India or growing up in Sri Lanka. And like they can be like, oh wow, I did that as a kid. There's families who just taught their 5-year-old how to play CARROM for the first time because they have he's grown up here, they've grown up in India, and they would love to share that with them, but there's no other activities. So they feel really quite compelled to doing it, bringing food into it. All brown people love food, so they love eating food. So we got food here as well to create that establishment of building that trust, building that capacity of let's get community together.
Show you a few more stuff here. That's I have to open it. I made it red kidney beans because Asian people love that to eat. This is butter chicken, the famous Asian people's food. So Indian culture basically is a lot of fragrance of you can say spices and colors, and that's why the food of India is a lot of colorful food. Even the butter chicken or any kind of curries, they love spices, and more the spices, more culturally. Why they say it like that? Because in the past, the Indian culture, people used to live like a very big families, and they used to sit together and eat food together. That was a common thing in every family, and they used to love. And this basically, they say that they are together, and more you are together, a more bond you have got it, and more success is there in the life. So the women basically in India used to be in the kitchen together, like grandmother, mother, their daughters, their daughter-in-laws, their kids, like female child. They used to be in the kitchen. They used to do a lot of cooking together, making a bond together, enjoying their life, and then they are presenting that food to the whole of the family, the other people. So that's the way the food is very important. It takes a lot of time because every food in India makes it with the scratch. We don't make it like any paste. Even if we are making a tomato paste, we do it by ourselves. We make it, fresh tomatoes, and then we grind it, and it takes a lot of time. I make approximately 20 to 30 kilos of tomato puree at home almost every second month. When we were organizing the event together and we were talking about how we can present with different games and different, we were talking about some ideas about different games of our childhood and everything. At that time, it was decided at that time that, okay, if we are doing this event, let's put some snacks, or let's put some of the food so that people can get more inclined towards this. And this has been successful. If you see it, that last time and this time, people has coming and eating, and they are giving that reviews and feedback to us that how they are enjoying this event with the food and with the competition or with the games, and talking to each other, meeting different people which they haven't met, and they come to know people. There are a lot of people like us staying here and doing their making their life here leaving their country and coming here and making their life here, and how they're giving that experience, letting us know that experience to everyone, not to us, to everyone, each other. And that's a great thing. Carrom competition is a part of, you can say, from our childhood, we are playing carrom board. And till now, we play it when we are together with the kids, we play it at home also. And they are talking, all that, playing and talking and eating. Wonderful. That's the best thing for this culture.
बच्चों के साथ भी खेलते हैं और बड़ों के साथ भी खेलते हैं, सब लोग उसमें एंजॉय करते हैं। जो जीत जाता है वो खूब खुश होता है, जो हार जाता है वो उसका मुंह लटक जाता है।
For today, I'm really very excited, and I'm been excited from last week because I told all my friends and extended family that we have something today that we are really looking forward, because this is the time we can be ourselves and we can play games, enjoy food, and we can talk with the people we know, and we are meeting new people. So that's a very good environment. We like it.
Well, they are very welcoming, and then they have invited us, and then we felt welcoming. And the competition, I took part in the CARROMs. The food is amazing, and everyone has done a very great job in welcoming every individual. And I see a room full of people. Everyone is genuinely passionate and enthusiastic to participate in the games, and I hope I just go to the finals. Let's see.
I think it's the link between is that interacting with other people and attending a social activity gives you more opportunity to talk to people, and talking to people helps with your emotional state, helps with what's going on, breaks the barrier and sense of you're not alone. You can actually go speak to people and get things done. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, okay, there's another person here, there's another family who's from the same state as I am from, while playing CARROM, and it's just so basic, but it interacts with people in such an authentic way. So there's a huge link, I would say that.